Hi guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about Learning Target 4. Now, Learning Target 4 states, I can describe the function, structure, and importance of carbohydrates. Now, the first question is the ratio of carbon to hydrogen to oxygen in carbohydrates is a 1 to 2 to 1. Now, you might be wondering, well, how did we come up with this idea of 1 to 2 to 1? Well, if we look at the general formula for a monosaccharide, the general formula is C6H12O6. Now, if you take each one of these numbers, the 6, the 12, and the 6 here, you can simplify that, and it's going to break down into a 1 to 2 to 1. So in other words, you're going to have 1 carbon to 2 hydrogen to 1 oxygen. Now, number 2, it asks, an example of a disaccharide would be sucrose. So, I kind of broke down all the words for you. Now, a monosaccharide means that you're going to have 1 sugar. Disaccharide means that you're going to have 2 sugars. Okay, so let's add an S there. And then polysaccharide is going to mean that you're going to have 3 or more sugars. So, whenever we're looking at the different types of sugars, we're going to have to determine whether or not it's a monosaccharide, a disaccharide, or a polysaccharide. Now, the 3 different types of monosaccharides that we are worried about is that we're going to be talking about glucose, galactose, and fructose. And this plays into what type of function that they are going to have. Now, the 2 disaccharides that we talked about is going to be lactose and sucrose. So this is generally going to be your milk sugar. Okay, so it's found in regular milk that you can buy in the grocery store, and sucrose is what you might put in your coffee or in your tea. So with glucose, that's going to be the quick energy our body makes. Galactose is going to be lactose that's further broken down into a simple sugar, and then fructose is going to be your fruit sugar. So number 3, a monomer of a sugar would be which of the following sugars? So you can see here, out of these 3, that it's really easy to tell which one it is now. So it's going to be B-galactose. Number 4, which of these polysaccharides is used for storing sugars in animals? So we want to talk a little bit about polysaccharides. So in this instance here, we have 4 different types of polysaccharides that we asked on the test. Now, glycogen is going to be sugar that's stored in animals. Starch is going to be sugar stored in plants. So in terms of plants, this would be like your potatoes. Potatoes have a lot of starch in them. Cellulose is going to be what type of sugar is made on the outside walls of plants. And your chitin is going to be what is made on the shells of arthropods or the shells of marine animals. Now, in terms of which one of these polysaccharides is used for storing sugars in animals, it's going to be glycogen, letter A. On number 5, which one of these polysaccharides is used for protection? Now, I actually accepted both the answers for chitin and cellulose, but specifically if you're going to refer to animals, it's going to be chitin, and if you're specifically referring to plants, it's going to be cellulose. Number 6, if sucrose was broken down, it would form which one of these monosaccharides? Now, sucrose does not contain milk. So if you see any choices that has the word lactose in it, you can automatically eliminate that. So you can see that letters A, C, and D all have lactose in them. So the answer must be letter B. And number 7, list 3 functions of carbohydrates. So if you look back at all the different types of sugars we have, monosaccharides are very, very quick sugars because they're already broken down into their simplest form. So this simplest form will provide us with quick energy. Now, polysaccharides are more complex. So if they're more complex, you're going to save your sugar for a rainy day. So in terms of starch and in terms of glycogen, these are going to be our stored sugars. So we know that stored energy is going to be another function of carbohydrates. And the last type of function that we see deals with these two, cellulose and chitin. So cellulose and chitin both provide structural support. So cellulose provides structural support for plants, whereas chitin provides structural support for certain animals. Alrighty, that's all I have for Learning Target 4. If you have any questions, again, please don't hesitate to ask. Thanks again for watching.